We are back, baby. What is going on? Happy Monday to you, and welcome back to the Extras. Thank you for being here. See some people in the chat already. Hope you had a great Easter weekend for those who celebrate, or just a great spring weekend. You know, it's chilly in certain spots, but I can see spring is right around the corner. It's coming. Wow, Crooked Orchid was first in the chat. What is going on, KO? Hope you had a great weekend. Becky, a quick second. KO says, where the dip flop is Nancy Pants? I don't know. Oh, there's Nance right there. He says not first. Caught him sleeping today. Yeah, Becky says, hey, KO, look at you being first. That's right. Nance is busy working at work. Hey, that's okay. I appreciate you being here, sir. Hope you're having a good night at work. Hope it's not too hard. Are you still making the same thing you were making last time, or is it a different thing now? I don't know. Maybe it's a different time every time you go to work. I have no idea. Becky says, oh, he has excuses of why he was late. Yes, he is very busy. He's a busy man. He's working late. Working late. KO says, most of us don't know how to spell. I try my best to decipher through the misspellings. It's alright. Oh, okay. I had jobs running I could look away from. I got you. Yeah, so I imagine certain ones are probably more intensive, where you'd have to intervene more often. That makes sense. Nance is a machinist, so he's machining. Becky says, I work during the daytime, not second shift. Well, cheers to that, Becky. I do the same. KO says, Becky, I love your flashlight. That thing is really funny. That is perfect. That's a good Easter gift. KO says, hit that like... Wait, that like button isn't going to hit itself, bacon strips. That's right. Hold on now. Hold on. Where is it?
Yo,
there we go. All right.
Yo.
CB in the chat as well. She says, hope everyone had a wonderful Easter weekend. CB, I hope you had a good Easter weekend too. Things are probably perfect down there now that now that all of the spring breakers and holidayers are gone until the summertime, right? KO says, happy Easter Monday. All. Is that a thing? I think it is. According to my calendar, it is a thing. KO says, I survived the food service. I bet that was a rough one. That was probably a rough weekend at the pizza shop. Because people forget that things are closed on Easter, so if you're open on Easter, you just get slammed. What is going on, Becky? Hello, hello. CB says, about to get some steaks with onions and mushrooms rolling on the Blackstone. That sounds delicious. I gotta get me a Blackstone. I just got the smoker. I've only used that thing like twice, so I gotta get to cooking outside now that the weather's starting to turn. It's awesome. Steaks on the Blackstone just sounds so good. And then like all of the mess and the smell and everything is outside instead of like your whole house smelling like food after you're done cooking. Love that. Crooked Orchid says, Jesus has risen. We need ribs. That's funny. That's pretty good. Oh, nothing right now. I just got my blue drink. Okay. So, y'all, this is a... I kind of was following this story a little bit, but Amy Robinson has done, like, I don't know, 5 or 6 videos about this, and it's really, it's getting out of control. Like, I thought it was just one thing at first, and now it's just, well, we'll get into it. Becky says, I love my flat top. You and Will are like the flat top pros over there. You guys are always cooking on the flat top. I love that. But yeah, so this girl was a TikTok dating influencer, okay? So she would make content about going on first dates, getting ready for first dates, stuff like that. I didn't watch a lot of her videos, to be honest with you. I watched mostly the ones that are pertinent to this thing that we're talking about. But she has built quite a following. I'll show you her page on TikTok. Danielle Walter is her name. And boom. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so she has almost 800,000 subscribers at this point, so she's doing pretty good over there. I would imagine that means she's making a pretty good amount of money on TikTok. I'm not sure, though. But it does seem like she does a lot of brand deals and that type of stuff where she's, you know, doing paid content for different things. I don't know if I'm going to play all of her advertisements, but yeah, so she has various, like, scripted things. But where she kind of got on everyone's radar is this series of videos right here. You see where they're all kind of in a row, right? This is kind of where everybody started to become more aware of her, people who weren't already her fans. And so here is an example of, like, her most popular video before all of this stuff started.
On my way to a first date, we matched on Hinge. I know nothing besides he's good looking and Christian. This is what I'm wearing. And I'm very excited. I'm actually not nervous. I feel like I used to think first dates were so scary, but then I realized that I'm confident in who I am, and it's really just getting to know someone and deciding if you want to be around them again. So
okay, so along with, like, the get ready with me type of content, it's also a little bit of kind of, I don't know how to put it, like, kind of single women empowerment, which is not a bad thing. I love that, you know, trying to give a little bit of confidence to people who are going through the same thing she is. And I don't know, I thought that was pretty good. That's probably why she has such a good fan base, because people love to watch other people get ready and try on outfits, and this is her whole content, is basically like, hey, I'm about to go on a date, this is what I'm wearing, this is how the date went, and also, you know, check out this makeup or whatever.
there's no nerves. I'm really hungry.
That did not go well.
Okay. It didn't go well, guys. She looks
Nice guy.
upset.
Very
Okay.
sweet, very handsome, very attractive, very successful. But I feel
Yes,
like I was
exactly.
Just, like,
Stream
talked
of
out
conscience,
for the last 2 hours.
going
The
on a
dinner was
date.
great,
Exactly.
But
I know exactly what you mean. Crooked Orchid said she is so
I
cute.
was just like, talk that. Okay, not compatible.
Rough date.
On to the
Rough
next.
date, man.
On my way
Yeah.
to a first date.
You know, and she just says on to the next. And so that's kind of thing she did, you know? So she would make these fun videos. Well, then she meets a guy, okay? And the circumstances around how she met him are kind of being called into question now. And I think that is the biggest thing I want to look at here. Is putting relationships on the internet seems like a risky thing to do. Because on the one hand, you have supporters and you're growing a following, and I guess if you're looking for that, you want to do relationship content, then awesome. Do that. Whatever content anyone wants to do, I don't think we should stand in their way. Now, I do kind of worry though about how the public opinion can kind of taint the relationship. Because what happens now when you can't protect the identity of the person you're seeing anymore as you're getting engaged to them? Now people are going to start to know who they are, and they're going to want to look into the relationship, and there's going to be haters out there, and there's going to be people who don't like the new man, and there's going to be, you know, just there's potential for a lot of things to go wrong here. So that's kind of what the lens I was looking at this through, because to me, some of the things that she puts in this 21-part docuseries that she makes about how she meets her man, her person, she says, sorry, her person, she calls him after knowing him for 3 months. That's not a joke, by the way. So Amy has covered this a ton, okay? So this is like one of the first, I'm not going to play all of Amy's videos, but I'm just going to highlight kind of what videos she has made about this, so you can check them out if you want to hear like the entire nauseating story. Nance says, so we are talking about Curious George and Rover about Doogie. I don't know. I'm a few days behind on the show, to be honest with you. Like 4 or 5 days. So I don't know what you mean, but yes. So I just, it is kind, I do see what you're saying. I do see, okay. I see what you're saying now. Where, yes, where Curious George is a little bit too, yeah, okay, yes. Because you can have a fan who is too invested in the relationship one way or the other, pro or against. And either one is bad, you know? Because it's like, yeah, it's okay. And that actually is a really good analogy. But the, so Amy did this video which cracked me up called "The Most Nauseating TikTok Couple Get Called Out for Their Awful 21-Part Series," okay? And if you saw the thumbnail, the 21-part series is these videos here, the park bench, where we've got this perfect bokeh, blurred background, you know, we've got coordinated outfits. The body language is questionable. We'll look at that. But, so this is kind of the, it was a big deal for her. She hadn't been someone's girlfriend in a long time. So it was a big deal for her to have that title. So now, when it does happen, she makes a whole production out of it, essentially, on her TikTok. And so this is the beginning of it right here. And I mean, as you see, each one of these has, you know, 2 million views or whatever.
I disappeared because I finally found the thing that I've been praying for years, and I was scared the internet would ruin it before it had a chance to grow.
Now, that is the perfect point about this. That's what I'm saying. If you post your relationship online, the public is going to interfere. So she did a little bit of delay when she met this new guy because she wanted to enjoy the relationship before she made content about it, which I totally agree. And why would you? This is the reason that personally I would not want to make relationship content or any kind of content about my own life. Like, not that anyone would care what is happening in my life, but it's just like, I feel like you can't live in the moment if every moment has to be content. And that seems miserable to me, especially some of these kind of intimate conversations that you have with a partner or a new partner, like, and the way they kind of talk to each other is tough, man. It's tough. Stevie says, Dougie will never get a man, so total non-issue. Nance says, not impossible, but highly unlikely. Yeah. Kind of like me, a relationship, lol. I hate myself, so there's no way anyone would ever like me. Hey, don't talk like that. There's a lady out there for you, Nance, I swear. There's a Mrs. Nance out there. CB says, can we not with the praying for years? Okay, they are both, I should say, they're both very devout Christians, okay?
You may have noticed I haven't
Lucas.
posted my usual style video in a long time. 3 months to be exact.
I mean, I hate to keep pausing it, but Lord have mercy. Like, I'm 12 inches away from this microphone, and it's working just fine. There is no reason to be right up on it. You don't need to hear all of my mouth noises. There's the technology's advanced, okay? And what she's using here, okay, it's called the DJI Mic Mini. I know, because I have several of them, okay? This is what it looks like. And you could clip this thing anywhere, I mean, within 3 feet of you, and it will record absolutely flawless audio with no background noise. But if you put it right up to your mouth, you get these horrible plosives and it's terrible audio. Anyways, here we go. Go off.
And that's for a very specific reason. Basically, I shared my dating experiences as I always have, but this time, it worked. I found the man I'm going to marry, and just like some people watching right now, thinking I'm getting ahead of myself, or who didn't like the pace I was going, or don't like how I express myself, you name it, there's been every opinion, got pretty bad. I was being criticized from every angle, and while I thought I could handle it, it definitely seeped in. I stopped wanting to be creative.
See, that
I didn't want
sounds
to
like
film.
really
People
hard.
weren't wrong for having opinions. That's fine. They were.
CB says, the classic content creator mic, all the cool kids have them. Yeah, I mean, they're great microphones. Like, I really, the one I prefer is this one. This is the Rode Mini 2 or something like that. Mini Wireless Go. I don't know what they're called, but this one actually has really nice software, and it will record everything on the device. You don't even have to have it hooked to a camera. You can just record your audio and then just upload it later. It's just kind of nice. But yes, you need to have mics like that, but you do not need to hold it up to your face. I promise. I promise it will sound amazing even if you don't. As you'll see later in the video when they do that, but I think they have professional production at that point. CB says, I'm sorry, what? 3 months and she knows she's gonna marry him? Yeah, oh yeah. Things do move very fast. Now, I don't want to write it off just because of that. A lot of people are, because they're like, wow, there's no way that you can meet someone and know that you're gonna marry them this soon. And they do. It's kind of, that's why I said, is this cute or cringe? Because some of these things are really, it's tough. It's a tough listen, dude. It's tough.
wrong for forgetting I'm a person on the other side of the screen. I know disappearing right when things got exciting must have felt confusing for a lot of people from the outside. I get it. But after years of putting myself out there, trying to find my person, once I finally did, I wanted to protect it. Because this is the love story worth fighting for and worth protecting. So I dropped off right after that video saying I think he's gonna ask me to be his girlfriend without giving any further updates. I took a break because I needed it. I needed to get my bearings. I needed to reestablish my boundaries in order to continue this journey with you. But now I'm back. And I'm taking you back through the last few months so you can join in with us. For those of you who have been following me for years, now is what we've been waiting for. And I can't just keep this to myself. Why would I stop telling the story right when we get to the good part? So, here we go. Honey?
Yeah, honey? Oh, wait. Oh, man, you cut it off for the next episode. Okay. I just want to read the top comments just to get a little finger on the pulse of the community here. 21,000 likes. Sitting down like she's been gone for 3 years. 17,500 likes. What the literal F is going on? 14,000 likes. Girl, 3 months? Let's give it more time, like a year or two. 12,000 likes. This feels very dramatic. It's not that serious. 7,000 likes. Honeymoon phase is no joke. I think we're jumping to conclusions here. But like this person says, seeing you look at him, I mean, some people accuse her of being performative, but I don't think so. I think she genuinely feels the feelings she's having for this man, but also I don't know if she should be making videos about it because I don't know, man. I feel like it's gonna ruin things, and it already is. But she actually gave all the reasons why you shouldn't make content about relationships as her reasoning for taking a break from social media for a month or whatever.
Here we go. Honey?
Rewinding back to that night.
Hi, babe.
Should we take them back to the night you asked me to be your girlfriend?
To that lovely night? Yeah?
Okay.
Oh, please.
Okay.
Okay, strap in. Okay, so a little bit of backstory. KO says, you can know when you want to be with someone. I think I don't need to lie. Yeah, absolutely. I don't think you can. I don't think just the speed of how quickly they're getting, engaged / married is necessarily a red flag or anything, but the way that the people look at this is pretty rough.
To set the stage, I had told you that I didn't want you to ask me to be your girlfriend for 3 months because of my past experiences. What did you think of that?
I think it was reasonable.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was reasonable.
The first couple months of dating, we were together every 2 to 3 days.
Yeah.
So it's just
this
a lot
is just
of this,
the way that our story played out. We both knew. So that's why I said.
So, okay. So there's 21 of those. We're not watching them. So Amy did this awesome video about this 21 videos. And she kind of picked out kind of the worst and best parts. But a lot of people are kind of calling this into question because she says that they met at the gym, but then things start to come out later that call that into question, and it's all just kind of suspicious. We're on mute, sorry.
And I am glad that I have not been in those trenches for a little while. So what is the big problem? Well, the big problem is these two right up here who are both just displaying some weird signs, and it's not all on him. I saw someone refer to him as a hobbit, And I did
Hey,
die
that's
laughing
mean.
a little bit inside. I'm not gonna lie.
That's mean.
It is these two. It is both of them. Okay, it's not just him.
KO says,
also
did
her,
she buy a
although
model?
he
Now,
does
that's
give me
interesting
weird
because
vibes.
he is...
Both of them are giving me weird
He is a
vibes.
former
She
model.
is giving this over-controlling thing she's got going on. We are going to get into this, by the way. But by her own admission, she does have like anxious tendencies. She has an anxious attachment. They have like a 3-day rule where they can't go any longer than 3 days apart. She actually came to him and said this. And she also doesn't want him just to go surfing whenever he wants. It's a weird one.
I'm totally able to sacrifice, like, small sacrifices, big sacrifices.
Yeah, things like not picking up and going surfing whenever you want to anymore is like, and not because I'm
Not
making
our relationship, but our relationship, it's...
I'm not because I'm making you, because you don't want to go surfing anymore, because you want to be with me instead. No, I can see where, it's an adjustment if you're a single person and you're used to just doing whatever, and now you're in a relationship. It's definitely an adjustment. I get that. See what she's saying there.
My priority, our priority. Yeah.
But I wouldn't want to do this with anybody else.
She
besides
edited.
you.
She edits most of his talking
Imagine
out.
being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet
A lot of people point out how she interrupts him and she edits out what he's saying.
I don't know. The more you listen into this little docu-series, the more that you kind of... I think it's on both of them, but I do also massively side-eye this man right here because it doesn't appear to end him to people. Kind of just mooch it. It seems like he's kind of mooching off of Danielle, who seems to be paying for everything. At the same time, he is also a life coach. I'm really sorry for the fellow life coaches out there, but if you go onto his Instagram, you're kind of getting this... You're getting this weird vibe, coupled with the fact that he has been around a lot of women. He's a personal trainer. I used to be a personal trainer.
He's been around
nothing the
women
matter with
before.
me,
That's a
personal
red
trainer,
flag.
that's what I'm saying. But he's also a turned life coach as well.
Okay, so that's his Instagram. We're judging the Instagram now. I think this looks like a normal single man's Instagram.
And his Instagram is kind of giving thirst trap.
Good morning. Did you have your coffee already?
I don't know what, maybe. Because he has a lot of shirt off pictures. I wouldn't be doing shirt off pictures. I'm just doing a new profession. On social.
In my past life...
That's me. I'm not a model like this guy.
In the past, I work as engineer, and here I've been working
That's the other thing. He was an engineer in Brazil and a model. And now he is an Uber driver and a personal trainer.
Personal trainer, life coach, and nutritionist. And I've been seeing so many women. Like,
so many women? Whoa.
They put in their
I don't know.
To me, to trace the
other
dream
thing
and
is,
the version I wanna have,
English is his second
I
language,
need to
so
change
sometimes
who I
he
am.
says
I
something
need to
weird
change
and
the
people
reality.
interpret it in a
I've
literal
been
way.
So many powerful people.
KO says
And my
Drew,
message
shirt
for you
off,
today
ducks
is
out.
you are powerful. Don't let no one, please, no one, not even yourself, tell that you cannot do it, because you can.
Okay.
How did this
So
all
this
start
is
for these
kinda
two
what
little
he makes,
lovebirds
I
before we
guess.
really get on
he
to
makes
the
content too.
21-part series on why they love each other so much.
Now, I understand kind of where people are saying he might be with her because he's trying to get more exposure for his brand, for his social media, right? And she might be with him because she's trying to get more exposure for her brand. So even if things don't work out, the breakup is content, the spiraling is content, the arguing is content, now, do I agree with that? No. But if you're monetizing your relationship, I don't know if it really matters about the little details like, is it going to work out or not? Because either way, you're going to make money. So we're either going to make a ton of money doing a breakup series, or we're going to make money doing a sponsored wedding.
It was unbearable, but I needed to watch it. because
She watched the
this
whole
is right up
21
my alley.
parts.
This is
I
right up
I
the
could
kind of
not.
stuff that I like talking
I
about. So
could not.
Danielle has this thing where she likes to wait for 3 months before being girlfriend and boyfriend. They actually ended up
Yes. So she has a lot of these rules that she had for girls when she was giving other single girls advice. She had a lot of little rules like, oh, you know, wait 3 months before you say that you're their girlfriend or whatever. So she's slowly breaking all of these rules for him. KO says, who listens to that? She's trying to do them all, blah, blah, blah. Goats and cheese don't care.
breaking this rule, saying that he was going to be her future husband. You know, she has met her future husband, and she dressed up in a red dress and was super excited because he was going to ask her to be his girlfriend. It was a whole bit.
I haven't been a girlfriend in years. And I'm gonna be his wife. I know it. I know it. Within a year, I will be his wife. Or I will be engaged.
Engaged in a year, guys. She will be engaged. She knows it. So this is kind of, some people are taking this literally and they're like, okay, she's planned this whole thing out and this is all just a series for content. And I don't know. It's putting a lot of pressure on a new relationship to say that he's your future husband that quickly. Hummingbird Kisses in the chat. She says, hi, everyone. Hello to you. Hope you had a great Easter weekend and a good Monday. We're talking about a dating influencer who has recently gotten engaged and posted the entire thing. Now, this moment right here where she's being vulnerable, presumably, if you are interpreting this genuinely as I am, I give everybody the benefit of the doubt. But she's saying, I haven't been a girlfriend in a long time. She's nervous, you know? She's like, but I feel like this is my future husband. We're going to be engaged in a year, you know? Oh, I went too far.
I'm gonna be his wife. I know it. I know it. Within a year, I will be his wife. Or I will be engaged. Let's slow down.
Even after the second date, she is out here. I believe that was like the 7th date. I don't know. But after the second date, she was literally saying, like, I've never felt so seen. I've never felt so taken care of. I've never felt so understood.
She plays that clip. I do remember where she says,
seen. I don't feel like you can say
being taken care of after 2 dates. I don't know what that means.
When you've been on 2 dates.
This might be it. We just connect on such a deep level. And I feel so seen and safe and taken care of.
You've spent the grand total of about 12 hours together, because our very first date was like 6 hours.
Those are long dates. 12 hours and 2 dates. That's a lot. Hummingbird says, Black Magic says, hey, he's still working. He'll jump on if he can. Hello to Black Magic. Hope you're doing well as well.
Ain't no one taking care of someone else that much in that space of time. I'm really freaking confused. Now, one thing to note as well is that they are both massively into their faith and they're Christians. On their very first date, they spent 6 hours talking about Jesus. So the language that she's using,
that makes sense though. If you're religious, you want to make sure you're on the same wavelength as the other person.
Wife 2026. To be honest with you, it does kind of tie in, because I mean the reason why she's so big on TikTok is because she was doing dating content like every single other day, going on a date. And that's the same with a lot of these dating influencers. They have centered men so much in their lives that is the only thing that matters to them. So does it surprise me? Wants to be taken care of and by a man? No, that doesn't surprise me whatsoever.
Okay,
speak amazing English. It's not his very first language.
I don't want to play her entire video here, but I do want to show kind of regarding the 21-part series.
But, you know, he can speak
the body
a very
language
good amount. Okay, a very, very good amount. So
is interesting.
We don't really hear a lot from him.
Oh my gosh. They're beating us to death.
It's all I ever suffered.
Okay.
That's such a special thing for me, babe.
Like, it just feels very posed, and they're not touching each other. They both have their leg crossed away. It's just, it feels kind of performative a little bit, but also maybe just that's how it's filmed. I don't know. KO says, I hate a trad wife.
It's like I couldn't return to the same feeling when I was a teenager. Like that fire, that love, and oh my god, I'm gonna see her today. I'm gonna see her. You know.
See, this is
One
not
of the
the
main
kind
issues
of
that people
thing that
actually
you
have with
put on
this
the
is
internet.
that
I
it
feel
becomes
like.
very apparent when
I don't
they're
know.
talking about all these dates
I don't post
that they go on.
relationship content, so I don't
Which,
know.
by the way, they made it a tradition, or like it is our thing, to have a month anniversary, even though I'm pretty...
They have a month-versary 3 months in, okay? So, this continues and continues, and then, eventually, it comes time for the engagement, okay? And Amy, of course,
a
has
reality
covered
TV
that as
episode, and we
well.
know that those things are scripted.
And the whole engagement process and everything is all recorded and kind of feels scripted a little bit, and it's a tough watch.
Yeah, I have no idea what this is. Heavy.
Sorry, this is Amy's video. Danielle Walter, who planned her own engagement,
Oh, honey. Let me hear you say it.
See, like, the fact that she set up a camera to film
How
herself
into
for
each other
this
they
private
are. People
moment
were very
is...
like, whoa,
it just
slow
feels
it down
strange
a little
to
bit,
me a
what's
little bit.
happening? And then it came out in
KO
People
says,
magazine
I
where
strongly
they had an
dislike the
exclusive,
trad wife,
literally
sorry.
the other day, that actually they were engaged. And in that article, we found out a variety of different things, my love.
I forgot to mention, guys. You know, just a normal thing. We had an article in People magazine written about the engagement. Totally normal thing to do. Everybody does
things,
that,
my
right?
love. The general gist is that Danielle has been spearheading this whole thing.
She
and
has a whole...
using
Amy
her
has a whole
name
video
to get
breaking
these big
down the
opportunities,
People
such as
magazine
having a thing
article
in
if you're
People, which
interested
yes,
in that.
you can sell. You can sell stories to people, I get it. But the story has to at least be like semi-interesting, no? The lab-grown Dallas Diamond bar thing, whatever it's called, where they actually went and designed their ring. That was a great big fat sponsor, that was. It became really evident
sponsored
that
ring.
she was likely the one, not...
Okay, so she has organized a sponsor for the ring, so she knows exactly about the proposal and that it's happening, when it's happening. It does start to feel curated when you hear these details.
Not only like paying for all this, but also she
KO
organised
says
her own
the perfect
engagement.
pick.
They
That's
were talking
right.
about like their future
All the
kids
tots
during
goats
one of
have the
their,
pick.
docu-series. Do you know what I mean? If you really can see that future, I don't actually see anything the matter with it, but
We got what I call mom and dad photos, which are the photos that are so classic and things that you look at and you're like, I'm going to show my kids me and their father 15 years from now.
Oh,
So we got a
buddy.
lot of those.
it's just been very obvious that she
It's a tough
has
watch.
decided
It really
that she
is.
wants to
That's
get
why I
married.
didn't
She
play that much
found
of the
somebody,
of the
and
21-part
she has,
docuseries.
like,
It's
that is her mission. And
it
if her
is
mission
tough.
is to get married, then successful. She's done it.
Get ready with me to get engaged.
See, like
So
what?
now we know what happened when
Get
she
ready with me to
found
get
out she was getting
engaged
because
is
she has
just a
now started
crazy
documenting
video
it. Because all
title.
this was very like conjecture, all trying to interpret whether or not she actually planned the thing down to an absolute T based on the People magazine. And you know, a lot
KO
of
says
people
it
have
feels
very
so
strong
fake.
opinions
Kind
on
of
the fact
misses all
that
the
she shouldn't be
butterflies,
the
right?
one that
Yeah,
is,
exactly. Like it
steamrolling all
it
of
takes
it.
all
I
the
think those are
energy out of
valid. I
it
also think
when
it's
you know
valid
you're watching a video
if
of
you're
it.
a woman and you do want to take the reins in organising things, just not to this kind of obsessive level.
I'm really happy. I can't believe this is happening.
A lot of people
It feels
accused
like it's
her
been forever
of
that
taking
this all
over the
went so
engagement and
fast.
not allowing him to
And it really
set it up how he wanted to do. But
I feel
also,
flustered. I'm excited. I'm not.
one other dynamic in this relationship is that she is very wealthy, and he, I would guess, is not. Because he has a smaller following than her. He's an Uber driver slash fitness coach, so, you know, that's tough money wise. Compared to her, she gets brand deals, has 800,000 TikTok followers. She's doing all right, you know, you can see her house. So a lot of people are making the point that, hey, obviously she's gonna pay for a lot of these things to be done, but it still does kind of take out, it takes away from it when she's curating the entire thing, basically. She doesn't get to enjoy the moment.
Nervous. But
She
it's
does
in-
look
I'm
nervous.
Sure. 100% sure.
Nervous like a composer
so
is
she starts
when
the
he
video by
gets in
saying
front
that
of his
she
orchestra.
is getting engaged.
Like he hopes that
And
everyone
fact
does
that she
the
even
job
knows
correctly,
that this
right?
is the day that she's going to be engaged to. It gives arranged marriage. Do you even know the day that you're getting engaged?
This
to
is
if
the
it's an
this is
arranged
the
marriage?
this is the
actually don't even know,
engagement
you know.
day that
Okay,
he
so the first
asks
part of this is
her to
obviously,
marry
like,
him.
how do I know it's going to be today? We have been talking about our timeline since probably
They've been
the
talking.
second or third month of dating. Just kind of felt like we knew. And so what we
Okay.
decided on was we would get engaged in March, which would have been 9 months of dating. In terms of this,
That seems very, very thoroughly planned. They planned out at 3 months. They planned out that 6 months from then that they would get engaged. That way they can get married after a year of
specific
knowing
day,
each other.
I had a couple appointments that Lucas was like, you need to reschedule those. I feel really good. I feel like normal, but I think it just hasn't hit me yet. Really, I'm positive it hasn't hit me yet. All I know is I need to be ready at 3 p.m., no later, and that there will be a proposal of some sort somewhere of a location. I have no idea. I don't know any details. And I do know that
Yeah,
we're going
gave
to
him a
dinner,
whole
but
timeline.
that's all I know.
My
Run
theory
away,
is
Keho
that they wanted to
said.
get engaged after 9 months, like she says, to then get married within the year. So in the next 3 more months, expect a wedding. Is all I'm gonna say.
Okay, I'm starting to get nervous. Oh. I can fix this. Okay.
What is this game? These games are getting crazier every time I see one. What is happening?
I also know because my best
I need
friend
to
turned
pay
off
for
her
YouTube
location
at this
because
point.
She doesn't want me to obviously say where she is. And she didn't want me to know when she was coming up from Southern California. She was trying to throw me off by saying, oh yeah, I'm coming up later. I think I'm coming up on Wednesday, which would be a couple days after this happens. Okay, we fixed it. Oh my God, how much time do I have? Okay, I'm starting over. I have an hour to do my makeup. So I got everything else. I don't have a clock, so I didn't know.
Starting over.
And
Oh
just
my
like she said in the
lord.
People article, she had
Chaos
a
is for the
flight
likes.
hunt
Yeah, exactly.
on the day. She even had a
I like that
because
game
she was
more.
asked to move around appointments that she had. So she was kind of getting this little idea. But she doesn't know where they're staying at. She doesn't know, like, when it's happening. Now, me personally, I feel like she gave all of her, like, details to her management and Lucas, and they just went and they sorted it out. I mean, the engagement ring, I don't know. Do you... I suppose if engagement rings
I mean,
get,
you
like,
have to know the
passed down or
sizing. You
whatever,
have to
then
know
you'll
what
know,
kind
but
of
is
diamond
it-
they want.
I don't know whether or not it's a normal thing to go and pick out your engagement ring.
I
don't know.
feel
I've
like
literally
that's
never
not
asked
weird.
other couples. In fact, I've never really asked this question.
I don't
Is
know.
it
I've
normal?
never
I don't
gotten
know.
married,
Either
so I
way,
don't know the right
they
answer.
had been working alongside this lab-grown diamond bar in Dallas. That's all we know. even up here was a little like so excited to be working with you or whatever screenshot. Whether or not that was for like the whole ring was going to be free,
says, "Oh my god, starting over,"
or they got money off for promoting their business. Okay, you have to remember, Danielle is making a lot of money, especially through brand deals. So on her Instagram, she has 1.1 million followers, I think, and on her TikTok, she has like hundreds of thousands.
Whoa. Hold on. Oh, she said Instagram she has 1.1 million followers. Okay, I was like, hold on a second. On TikTok, she's only at 800K. She lost that many?
Now, as someone who does do brand deals,
I didn't look at her Instagram,
does have
sorry.
Management, she can ask for a lot of money.
KO says, hit the dump button, I can't.
Post. I can't remember exactly who she does. Is it Bloom? She does one with Bloom.
Yeah.
I can't remember the other
a
ones,
Bloom
but either way,
sponsor.
like, she does have
Every
ones
ad
which,
is a Bloom ad.
You know, last over a period of time. And she's going to be charging a lot of money for that.
Okay.
The proposal in front of it.
So this is kind of driving up to the area here.
Where are we? Oh! We are going to the Ritz-Carlton.
Oh! Weird. I have a brand deal with the Ritz-Carlton. She cuts off the copyrighted music so it doesn't get flagged. Perfect, yeah.
It's a little bit surprising.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
So I think she knows what's going on now.
Wow, honey.
Yeah. It's a fancy trip for an Uber driver slash fitness instructor, that's for sure.
Oh, that's so nice. Wow, this is incredible.
This is the best.
That's literally the ocean right there.
Yeah.
Literally.
So I have to stop asking questions.
I'm trying to control things. I want you to experience.
I've never been there, but it looks like people were
See that right there? He said, you're trying to control things. I want you to experience it. And that is what I was getting at, is one of the main issues with posting about your relationship online is you're not experiencing it if you're too busy controlling it and recording it.
like playing golf, where it was like a little golf thing, and then you have the sea directly below it, and they set up their little thing in front of the hotel on the beach.
Instructed not to get dressed yet, and that there will be a place to get dressed.
En route to get proposed to is crazy.
In fact, actually, is that even like a golf course? I don't know. It just looks like a golf course. Tell you what, it looks like looks like that golf course in High School Musical. I think that's the reasoning why I keep on calling it a golf course. And I don't know this for sure, but I think they had a club coastal view. It's so ridiculous. £1,078 per night, and in dollars you're looking at about one.
Okay, now if you want to watch the entire breakdown of that, you can check that out. But the official photos don't come out until the People magazine article came out. And guess who covered that?
Franklin University makes it possible.
My favorite computer game. All right.
Anyway, so we're going to go through the People magazine article. So Danielle Walter and Lucas Alcantara are due for a trip down the aisle. Lucas popped the question to Walter, a popular social media content creator who boasts over 1 million followers across her Instagram
article, y'all, about her getting engaged. I don't know if you pay for that. Do you have your agent set that up? Does People magazine just reach out to every TikToker and ask them if they're about to get engaged? I don't know.
Top platforms. In an intimate moment in Half Moon Bay, Calif, near their hometown of San Francisco.
Half Moon Bay, California. Yes, Calif.
Go. It was like floating through a dream, the influencer, who has spent nearly the last 5 years building up her following on social media, tells people of the breathtaking moment.
Okay.
You think you are mentally prepared for this moment, but it was so overwhelming and magical. I'm sorry.
See, again, like, you want that in People magazine?
Lucas was not the person to be contacting Bridget Burnett, which it literally says credit for in the people photos, whether or not they were working alongside people or whether or not they just hired a photographer and then sold
Lucas didn't
the pictures to people.
Look at that picture, dude. What? You hired a whole photographer, which I get, hiring a photographer to capture the moment. If you're going to spend all this money on it, you want to get it right. Get the drone video, get the pictures, get all of it. But yeah, there it is. The People magazine photo feature.
Someone... Is that a person in the shot? No, I literally
That would be really funny if it was.
Lying on their stomach, like right there. Like, this is a staged photo. This is a staged photo op. This is what this is. There's nothing private about this. There's nothing intimate about this. One of them, and I'm going to be honest, my bets are kind of on Danielle. She knew about this moment. Like, there ain't no
Absolutely.
way.
Yeah. 100% it was all planned out. But then, you know, what I was kind of alluding to, it did
doing this
end
and
up
choosing this place because here you can see how beautiful God is.
So this is Amy's video, another of Amy's videos, called Danielle Walters' Surprise Proposal Gets Weirder with Evidence of Lucas Being a Creep. So the audience has turned on Lucas, and they think he is a creep now. And the reason that is because a woman came forward and said that one time she got a ride on Uber from Lucas. And later on, he hit her up on Instagram and asked her out for coffee. So people were starting to think maybe that is how they actually met, not from meeting at the gym like they claimed.
We have actually got quite a lot to get through in this video.
I mean, like, a whole stage is set up on the beach and all those flowers. All the cameras are set up. Camera people are set up. They're wearing mics, okay? They're probably wearing the same exact mics, the little DJI Mini. They're wearing mics during their engagement. Okay.
Video. Not to mention the fact that I was sent this post from Reddit where this girl is coming forward and she's just like, yeah, he was
KO says, I wouldn't mind a shout out for someone working hard, but they aren't married, right?
Yes. On her while she was in the car.
I think the photographer did a great job.
Messaged her after and all of this kind of stuff. And there's this huge sneaky suspicion that this is actually
whoever they hired to do the shots.
Women in the past.
They are not married yet.
Because I cannot stand the types of guys that do this. Like, it happened to me once. I had to literally ring up the taxi firm because this particular taxi driver just kept
so she's talking about how he hit up the girl that he gave her an Uber ride
freaky because he picked me up from my house to take me to work. So I was like I was freaking out. I was like,
by the way, like, how in the world does any dude that drives Uber ever think that that is appropriate to do? Like, if you are alone in a car, a woman is alone in your car, and you're gonna get weird like that. Ooh, man. Don't ask for the number. Don't ask for the Instagram. Just say hi and bye, and that's it. Leave them alone. Weirdos.
18 at the time. It was a whole mess. And ever since then, I literally think that this is so predatory. This is like really quite predatory and really quite dangerous. So we're going to go through that because people are literally speculating, like, what happens if they didn't meet at the gym? What happens if this is actually how they met because he was her Uber driver?
You gave us to each other, God, and I'm just so grateful, and I just want to honor and glory you, Lord. What happened without faith, without you, God? We just want to keep you up.
So she had a whole prayer already written.
Ground us, pull us constantly to you, let us see you.
I mean, look at the production value. That's crazy. That's really
something.
That's
I feel
something
like a
else.
lot of people have analyzed this video. But we had the drone shots, we had them all mic'd up. They were mic'd, they were wearing microphones.
Yeah, it's wild.
They were wearing microphones to their own engagement. Lucas also said, "Will you be my bride and my baby?" which a lot of people are criticizing because they just do not understand like why he didn't say, "Will you be
KO
my
says,
wife?"
"I'd be weird.
kind of
I'd be
thing.
getting
Like,
weird in
you know,
Ubers."
and she did.
You
look
make
a
the
little
driver
bit
uncomfortable,
Like she was
huh?
having to like
Not the other
coax
way
him
around.
to say, "Will you marry me?" kind of thing.
Okay, now
Oh my gosh.
this is the part where she's talking about. Sorry, I talked over it. Basically, he asks her to be his bride, to be his baby, you know? And again, English is his second language. Makes total sense to me. But then it kind of seems like she says something under her breath, like reminding him of the proper line, and then he says, "Hey, you know, will you marry me?" or whatever.
How are you doing?
Is this real?
Yes.
Is this real? I mean, it's you're on a stage on a beach
My baby.
with 14 cameras around you. Is it real?
Yes, will you marry me?
See? Sorry, I talked over it right there.
Yes, will you marry me?
So I don't know if she, like, told him what to say there, but what is happening now? Is this a new game? I don't know if she told him what to say there, or if she was just kind of, like, nodding to him to go to the next part of the script. Because I'm sure there's a script.
To be honest with you, that could very well just be like broken English because we know that
Yeah,
English
yeah,
is not
exactly.
his first language. That could be a very big possibility. But people had a lot to say about it. She since has come out and she has been talking about how she and Lucas wanted to remain in their bubble for just a little while longer, whilst simultaneously selling the story to people, doing like a
21-part documentary.
And they have just been releasing like their engagement shots.
I have been really slow to, I'm like hiding it. I've been really slow to post engagement content, partially because I've never done this before and I didn't know how involved everything is, and it's quite overwhelming, and I honestly wanted to take a week to just be in our bubble and enjoy that before really me starting to post stuff. But then since I started to post, it felt really
watch
big
out if
and,
you're
like,
delivering
a lot.
Taco
So I've
Bell to
been
KO.
taking my time and going as fast as I feel comfortable.
But whatever, I can say whatever I want, but let's look at what people had to say about this engagement. Someone said, "I wasn't going to say anything because if you are happy, then nothing else matters." But
yes,
this was obviously
so
planned
you
and
could
thought
just
out and
leave it at
produced,
that.
and that's all he brought. "Will you be my bride, my baby?" You said something under your breath, and then he said, "Yes, will you marry me?" Did you have to prompt him? Did he not say what you had rehearsed? It just feels like a bad production of a moment that will hopefully be once in a lifetime. Anyway, congratulations. Someone said, "Imagine being mic'd up for your proposal." Someone else said, "Genuinely asking, are you
I wasn't the
marrying
only
my-"
one who thought that was
Yeah.
weird.
Because this is the bit that, like,
it's tough,
obviously-
man. It's tough
I
to like
mean,
look at this
even, like,
genuinely
celebrities
still.
don't be doing this of any that I can think of recent time. I've said it once and I'll say it again. How real and genuine can something actually be if it's all for show? If it's all for entertainment? I really struggle to believe, because there is a really fine line. There's a really fine balance in all of this, and I feel like we are just going over, tipping over.
Yeah, wherever the line was, we're nowhere near it. It's totally gone from the line. What's going on, Tessa? She says KO4 CB1, KO5. Okay, wonderful job to KO. She won tonight. Tess, hope you had a great Easter. Thanks for looking out for the modded messages there. I appreciate you. But yeah, so if you want to see all of the details and all of the everything, Amy has covered it very extensively, and I will leave some links to all these videos, but you can of course just check out her channel. I'm sure she'll probably make it into a playlist at this point. She's done so many videos on it, but I will definitely put the links in the description. But yeah, this is a perfect one to end on. This is Danielle's video to the single girl out there, okay?
Before ending this, I just want to say to the single girl out there that's been watching and waiting for their person, our love story is for you. I started posting dating content as you years ago, and I never want to forget you. I want to encourage you that your person is on the way, and I want our story to give you hope.
Yeah.
Yeah. I met my person at 32. Maybe yours is
when
sooner,
they whisper to
maybe
each
yours
other,
is later,
I can't.
but I do know it will happen for you. And also, thank you for being here with us and giving us the space to grow. I never imagined my story would unfold this way, but I'm so happy that it did.
Yeah, it's God's gift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everything makes sense now.
For you and for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for both of us.
Yeah. You're coming at this from knowing me, but Lucas has his own stories of...
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of us.
And with that said, we have some very exciting things coming the next few months. And yes, it's probably exactly what you're thinking.
I love you.
I love you too. We did it.
We did it.
Yes. Before ending this, I just want to say to the single girl out.
So there you go. I don't know. That was a tough one. I hope that they have a great relationship. But I'm sure she will continue to post content about it. So if you want to see more of her, you can check out Danielle Walter on TikTok. Danielle Walter _. So, man, that is a mountain of details and just stuff. And I don't know if I could do putting my relationship on TikTok. That's a tough one, or anywhere on social media. But good luck to you out there, and yeah, good luck to you all in your own relationships. And thank you all. Yes, KO says I don't like this body language. I agree. That was like a weird part of this video. Is the 21 part series is the way they sit next to each other just seems very unnatural, but I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. I'm just reading it wrong. I have no idea. I'm no body language expert, but definitely check the comments for those experts out there. And tell your family that you love them, and have a great week, and I will catch y'all on Friday for the extras. Peace.